What is up, guys? I'm using like a special theme because I want people to be super aware of what the heck is going on right before our very eyes. For some reason, politicians, the media, they're acting like they don't know how any of this stuff happened at the Capitol. Like they weren't well aware a day before. The FBI warned Capitol Police, which means Nancy Pelosi was warned. So they knew that there was going to be something that happened there on that day specifically. And Nancy Pelosi can't miss an opportunity to make Trump look bad. So why not politicize this entire event? If you don't believe me, I'm going to prove it. And I have a buddy here to prove it with me. We were sitting back behind stage getting ready for the show. And I think we all had like a aha moment, like, this is crazy. It's absolutely insane what is happening in our government. And it's absolutely insane that people are quiet and they're not talking about it. And of course, I have to open up the video to the public, which is stupid because I can't see your comments or anything you're saying right now. Ooh, there goes all the comments. Hello, Auntie. I love you. Thanks for watching. It's some boo. It is. But I got Casey here with me. Thank you for being here with me, Casey.
What up, man? What up? Thanks for having me.
I had to have you for this one because I know we are both paying attention to this event specifically, not only because of Cash, and it's unfortunate that they completely tied this into his sentencing, which had nothing to do with the Capitol. Like nothing. They haven't even got to the Capitol stuff yet. I can only imagine how that's going to go.
It's going to get interesting, but as most people know, I'm obsessed with January 6th just to prove the narrative that's being told is wrong. Like
Facts.
It's completely wrong. If no one has followed and seen any of the videos I've shared, go through my Facebook feed. You'll find them. But it's pathetic. And then after Suni and I talking about this earlier today, I'm like, let's do it. We got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Let's do it. I'm going to start out playing this video. I know everyone remembers this video because we were all floored. Like, how in the heck is this dude free? Knowing he did all this stuff. This show is about Nancy, and I'm going to show you how this dude, Nancy Pelosi, and this entire event is an orchestrated setup. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm not saying that Ashlee Babbitt was not shot that day because I definitely think she was. I'm not one of those people that thinks that she's not dead. Unfortunately, I think she is dead. And I think that she was an innocent bystander in this entire event, period. The event was going to take place. The players, they just so happen to be there.
Yeah, there's so many weird things. Like people are able to pull stuff off and show like no blood and stuff like that. I'm not going to get caught up in those weeds. Like, what are we going to prove? If I can prove this was another issue, that it was set up and we were baited in, that's a bigger agenda.
Guys, do me a favor. Please, please, please. I know I'm doing a late show, but could you share this live for me? Get it out to as many people as you can, because for the rest of the week, I am keeping this. This is not an emergency. I mean, this is not a test, okay? We are in like the biggest crisis we've ever been in our country. We're watching a regime come in and take things over and put us in a direction where we don't want to go. And I'm hoping that these videos will cause more people to do research and actually look into stuff, man, because it's crazy. What did Russo say? On a DL, the angle of the shot, no blood spatter. It's super fishy, but I'll never admit that on live. Kind of like you just did. Your comments count.
I'm waiting for him to be like, delete. How do I delete that? No,
right,
he wouldn't put that there if he didn't want it up.
Dude, I was trying to tell you. I couldn't say much.
You were right.
You just have to watch my chat. Is this not going to be the best film you've ever made in your life? No. Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Hell yeah.
Wait, you weren't recording, were you?
I'll delete that shit. But I didn't record you or me. It was just voices.
Okay. So we know he was there. He told on himself when he said we did it. Their entire goal was to get into the chaos and create a scene. He even said it. This is gonna be the best documentary you've ever made. That proves the theory that it was set up. It was set up. That also proves that Trump didn't incite anything. These people knew January 6th was going to happen. This was not like we hid it. It wasn't like it was only conservatives that knew. You got that many people there, and John is already an agitator. He's a known agitator.
He recorded himself numerous times. Let's light this shit on fire. Let's do this. Let's burn stuff. And it's like, but he got out of jail twice out of this whole thing. Like, really?
Not only that. Let's just prove this theory even further that John is the agitator. He set this up. The media knew. The FBI knew a day in advance. Mm-hmm. So the government knew. Nancy Pelosi knew because Capitol Police knew. Now we have more evidence. Mr. John sold his footage to mainstream media. He sold it to mainstream media. They bought his footage on the very same day that this stuff happened.
Yep.
Make this make sense for me. Make it make sense.
You can't, because it doesn't matter how you want to spin it. Like, did he want to get certain information out? I've watched his video, his entire video that he at least released on YouTube. I don't know what else he could have released to them, but what did he prove? He said he was there to film and prove Antifa was there or an alternative other than Trump supporters. That's how he lied when he first got on CNN. And then he got on CNN later that night with what's-her-face, Jade. And so overall, when you see this contract signed, day of the 6th, the amount of money that's involved in this is just ridiculous. And not only, this isn't the only news network. You look at how biased these two news networks are. By the way, we're broadcasting his public information all over it, which is cool. But and you look at the two news networks, what do they want? Are they going to talk about Antifa? No. They're going to manipulate the crap out of that video and turn it around and make it on the other people that he recorded.
And that's exactly what they did.
Yep.
Our government used the same footage to try to say that Trump was guilty. This very same footage that the media has. Please tell me. I need a liberal that's watching to cover your ass right now. I'm putting this together as a housewife in my office, in my computer. I decided I wanted to investigate politics and all the corruption that goes on. I wanted to commentate on it. How can I put this together? And you can't. The rest of the world is in la la land saying all this is a conspiracy theory. Bro, there's invoices. What are you talking about?
Another one.
Politico put this out, by the way. I'm going to pull it up.
That's
People
impressive.
might not believe me.
That's actually very impressive that they would have done that. And man, CNN got the shaft. NBC only paid $35,000. Must have had a hookup, like a CEO resigning or something.
I don't understand.
I'm trying to understand how people still argue. Like we've talked about this numerous times. I hate the fact that people keep trying to tell others that we know that were there that they don't know what they saw. They don't know. And we're like, here's videos. Like here is videos, a crap ton of them. And I have hundreds of them, hundreds. And how do you not see this? How did he?
I don't think I do not truly think they knew that shooting was going to happen. What I do think, and this is just me, what I do think is they created a scene for this entire thing to go down. I do.
And that stairwell was kind of that perfect place. If you think about it, you had police already coming up the back behind them, and they were trying to break into that door. And one of the things that I'd also did explain during the Capitol, when they were not during the impeachment, one of the guys with the big flappy ears and big hat on that was punching glass, trying to intimidate the police just before the shooting, sitting right in front of Sullivan, and he was recording it all. He, all of a sudden, as soon as the shooting happened, disappears into the back and goes and changes clothes. So there's trying to be people to antagonize things. And then as soon as something happened, oh, I'm done. I'm disappearing. I'm going away. And it's super weird and too many coincidences for me to say that this was an accident.
Right. I'm trying to pull the article up. They bury stuff so bad that you have the hardest time even pulling it on Google or sometimes DuckDuckGo. Sometimes you can't find stuff on DuckDuckGo either.
Nope.
I had to go to the video that I got this from. Shout out to PT News, the guy over at PT News. His name is Steven. He actually broke this story 22 hours ago. I don't understand how mainstream media is not on this. I would expect Newsmax to be the first people to want to talk about these invoices that have happened. I don't know.
The thing is you're getting into this weird world where if they want growth, they might not touch these topics. This is my problem with that big of media is I trust more of what we can find and put documents up on here and do it on YouTube, show people because cool. Like what we get shadow banned, we get our videos taken down. Cool. We'll figure out other ways, right? But at least we're getting it out there. When it comes to Newsmax and OAN, no. If they want investors or if they want certain people to come work there, they probably won't talk about this sensitive topic.
Right. Okay. Here's the article from Politico.com. This is Politico.com. They put this out. They put out the invoices. I'll show you exactly where I got the invoices. Boop. It's a whole PDF file. Gave me the invoices. The public talks about how the judge refused to even punish this dude. I'm going to get into that too. Here are the invoices.
I didn't see the ABC one.
Yes.
Man.
ABC. Here's the agreement he signed. CNN and NBC right over here. You guys seen that one? This is the one I just showed. He also got an extra $5,000 for some reason. I don't know why. I really didn't go into it, but from what I know and what I was told, he actually got $80,000, not $70,000, and I heard that directly from his brother. I don't know where the extra 10 came from. I would love to figure it out. In fact, I'm probably going to be doing some more digging and looking into this stuff. But let me show you this article. Oh, God. Taking shots already. Stop.
He always takes shots.
He does. Okay. This is the article I was telling you about. Politico. A federal judge, so this is what it is. Judge refuses to ban Capitol riot suspect from Twitter and Facebook. Okay? So the president is kicked off of Twitter and Facebook. But the guy, the terrorist, who is going around wreaking havoc, who caused this entire scene at the 6th, the judge won't ban him? His organization, Insurgents USA, they promote violence, and they say it in this article. So why is he not charged? Why?
But My Pillow guy gets banned from Twitter. That's fine. The thing
Let me
is,
zoom it in.
just
Go ahead,
listen to what this guy says. It's just crazy.
A federal magistrate judge has turned down the prosecutor's effort to block a man accused of participating in a Capitol riot from using Twitter or Facebook, but ordered him, okay, he's allowed to get on, but ordered him to end his involvement with a business he founded that the Justice Department says promotes and glorifies violent protest. So the Justice Department has deemed him a terrorist, domestic terrorist, because his organization promotes and glorifies violent protest. Kind of like what went down at the 6th, on the 6th at the Capitol. Are you following me? Is everybody still on the same page with me? I know it's a lot of information. They talk about the invoices and how, with court showing that CNN and NBC paid each of Sullivan's firm $35,000 last month for the rights to the video he filmed of the chaotic scene outside and inside the Capitol, including the shooting of the deadly. I'm putting everything together. The deadly shooting of protester Ashlee Babbitt. You guys are still following me. Good. So Democrats use this footage not only in court, but the media use it to fuck with people's heads and paint a completely different scene of what happened at the Capitol, what didn't happen at the Capitol versus what actually happened. Congratulations to Politico for finally putting something out worthwhile. I got to say that this is a great article they put together, and it has facts and receipts attached. Just saying. What do you think about all this so far, Casey? We're only 17 minutes in. It gets real.
Who wrote this article? I think we can give him an Emmy.
Josh Gerstein.
Let's do it. No, it's exactly like this whole thing is just starting to come together. There's other things. Like I made a little comment before. The CNN CEO has announced he will be stepping down this year, magically a few weeks after this document was signed. And it's like, what's going on? And so clearly there's an agenda from this video being leaked there and sold. And then all of a sudden now it can be used against Trump in impeachment trials. And then it's used against Trump supporters all over media. This is a money grab, but it is also a big team of people somehow working together. There's no way this was done this easily and this smoothly. It just doesn't make sense.
Facts. So where Nancy comes in, okay? This was reported January 12th, 2012. This is on CNN's website. CNN Politics. Washington Post, FBI warned of violent war at Capitol, an internal report issued the day before the deadly riot. Nancy Pelosi is the president over the Capitol. She knows what's happening there. Do you hear me? She knows what's happening there. Not only does she know, Lindsey Graham has been on her butt about coming out and saying she had knowledge of this entire thing. What she did was she took this as an opportunity to shit on Trump once again. I don't understand how we're putting this together and the government can't even put it together. You're going after Trump for incitement when you have the person right there that's responsible for this entire thing. You have two of the culprits and you're not going after them. Why?
Well, you know why. They're all on the same team, even though they say they're not. Like that's the bad part about this. That's what this is exposing. And Lindsey Graham is on my shit list still, but
He is.
I applaud him for doing what he did a little bit during the impeachment because he did say some good things, but
He did.
But
he's still an asshole.
Yes.
He said the only reason they are, meaning the Congress Democrats, trying to create this bizarre storyline that Trump was in on it, along with former White House Deputy Chief Staff Dan Scavino, is that we now know that after impeachment, that it was done without a lawyer, without a hearing, without any witnesses, that the FBI and the Capitol Police actually understand this was actually pre-planned. Pre-planned. Liberals, I need you to understand the FBI and the Capitol Police said that this was pre-planned. They also talked about the plantings of the bomb the night before. This is not the first time that we're hearing about this. All this stuff came rushing out after the Capitol riots happened, and everybody's only paying attention to the Capitol riots. Dude.
It's it's so funny.
Devin Nunes made a statement as well. I got to pull that up because he was talking about Nancy.
I haven't seen that one.
I'm going to pull it up. I had it pulled up and then I closed it. Are you guys still following me? Are we still on the same road? Yes. Let me know. Let me know in the comment section. Drop a 1. Are you following me? Do you see how all this is tied together? All to go after Trump. And it's not going to stop here. Okay? I'm going to show you where it's going to continue after I finish this. Let me see. You got to type in certain keywords to get a certain video. If you didn't know that, that's a tip to finding videos as well.
Yes. Do not use long sentences or a lot of words. Use short and a few words as possible.
All right. Laura Ingraham had her on her show, had him on the show. This is February 16th. Everybody's waiting for Nancy to answer, except for Democrats in this entire sham of effing impeachment. What? Here we go.
A group of top GOP lawmakers is demanding that Nancy Pelosi answer for her security decisions leading up to that terrible day of January 6th. Now, in a letter to Speaker Pelosi, the ranking Republicans on several key committees write 5 weeks have passed since the January 6th attack on the Capitol building, and many important questions about your responsibility for the security of the Capitol remain unanswered. End this political charade and work with us to protect the Capitol. My next guest is one of the lawmakers behind that letter. Here now is Devin Nunes, ranking member on the House Intel Committee. Congressman, what decisions did she make in the lead up to that attack that concern you?
We don't know because she won't answer the question. Of course, the media is not asking the tough questions. And when they do kind of hint around it, she dodges it.
Thank you, Russo. We're going to talk over it every now and then. I'll even put a video up. Not a video, but a photo.
They were very concerned. So
good reminder.
Every time he says something,
of the
Capitol,
she should take responsibility.
Everything on this video is
And
fact.
If
That's
you
how we do
notice,
it.
This hasn't been talked about either, Laura. If on Saturday during the impeachment circus, impeachment number 2, remember there was that split time where they thought all of a sudden that there was going to be witnesses? Well, what happened is when Donald Trump's team talked about having witnesses, they were going to call her. And then they took a break and everything in a typical swamp fashion in D.C. disappeared. There were no witnesses and they voted to acquit Donald Trump.
Oh, so now we know. We just heard why Donald Trump was acquitted. Why? Why was he acquitted, Casey?
Why was he acquitted? Because they couldn't prove anything. Couldn't prove anything. Short and sweet words. Like I could use all of his words for a whole 60 seconds, but couldn't prove anything.
So your witnesses disappear, and then you just drop everything and go for an acquittal. And that didn't and that did not expose you at all.
And then we convince our friends to file a lawsuit a few days later.
Oh, let's pull that up because the NAACP went after them as well as House Democrats. Don't believe me? Your mainstream media is not reporting this. You got local news organizations pulling this stuff out. Why aren't we hearing about this? So their efforts failed to go ahead and put this entire January 6th event on Trump. They can't do it. They can't impeach him. So let's just go after him with a lawsuit. And we're going to use the exact same flawed, fake, doctored evidence that we used to say he went against the Constitution. Thank you, Russo. The Constitution. We're going to use that again in a lawsuit.
They love that word, even though they don't know anything about it.
God, bro.
And the thing that's hilarious about this lawsuit is, so you have Democrats joining it, NAACP. They're suing Trump, Rudy Giuliani, Proud Boys, and Oath Keepers. The thing that I see happening here is there are some people in the 17 world that may turn on them and try to throw them under the bus, but I don't think it's going to be enough. That's
Jesus,
about
help
it.
us all. Help us all, man. Help us all.
All we could do is just keep talking about it and sharing and spreading this, because this was perfectly well put together. If you can actually see all the facts, like this
Thank
shows you
you.
how dumb. Well done. Shows you how dumb our Congress and our government is. How stupid
Look,
they are.
it took me 25 minutes. It took me literally 26 minutes to break all of it down. You know how John Sullivan was involved? You know that the media knew because they bought this footage the day of. You know that the FBI knew, which means you know that Nancy knew, which now you know why they decided not to impeach, because they didn't have the evidence. They had nothing. Their witnesses, if we get up there and perjure, we're going down. Nancy Pelosi knew she could not lie, because then the FBI would be talking and we would have all these documents come out. So instead of just telling the truth, they covered their ass, acquit. But we're going to go after you again too. And I'm going to help you understand why she's going after him. I played this clip 3 days in a row. 3 days in a row. I hope that people are starting to pay attention now. This is the plan that the Democrats have had for the longest. You have Americans waking up. You have Americans using their platform like I am to expose. And they're going to make an example out of all of us. They're going after the head first, though. Trump. They have to stop this patriotic, wide awake movement of people waking up to the BS. They have to. This is too strong of a movement. If they could have killed Trump, trust me, they would have. How many attempts were on his life? It was a lot, wasn't it?
I can't even keep count. There was so many. But there's honestly, let's be honest, there's a lot on all presidents, right?
Yes. Listen to Nancy. She's going to tell you exactly why this is happening. She's going to tell you why they went ahead and pursued lawsuits. She will tell you. I'm going to let her tell you. I'm going to shut my mouth. Can you guys hear this?
Hang on, this part's really faded for him, but she gets up and it usually goes up in volume.
He even hedged on that. Remember when he talked about
Turn it up a bit.
About incitement? He said he didn't think this rose to level. Oh, and so he was hedging all over the place. I don't know whether it was for
I can't. It's as loud as it gets.
Or what. But whatever it was a very disingenuous speech. And I say that regretfully because I always want to be able to work with the leadership of the other party. I think our country needs a strong Republican Party. It's very important. And for him to try to have it every which way. But we will be going forward to make sure that this never happens again.
She said, we will be going forward to make sure something like this never happens again. I'm going to tell you exactly what she said since you guys can't hear it.
In terms of what were to investigate and evaluate what caused this.
She said they're going to investigate and evaluate what caused this.
And both in terms of the motivation.
Both in terms of its motivation, their attempt to go after Trump. That's the motivation behind America right now.
Also in terms of the security.
And in terms of security. That is why they went after him with the lawsuit. Mic drop. That's it.
The thing is, it's pathetic. Why are they, like what Blake said last night with you? Well, last night or whenever you guys were on with Anthony. I think it was last night. It's all a blur for me right now. But Blake's like, they're so obsessed with him, they can't even talk about Biden. They just keep going into these and trying to find something to talk about Trump. All media sources, the left is trying no matter what. You make a post that says, oh yeah, this is something the government's doing, and then all of a sudden you'll get a comment in Facebook, well, Trump would have done worse. It's like, really? You guys are really obsessed right now.
Yes, here it is. House Democrats filed lawsuit against former president. NAACP did too. I'll make sure I pull that one up as well. Not making this up.
Yeah. Russo.
I want Nancy Pelosi so bad for her Sub-Zero freezer. Oh my God. You are terrible.
You don't want all of her liquor in it? You know,
nah, she drinks wine. Nancy don't drink liquor. She drinks wine. She's a wino.
Oh, whatever. I bet she'd drink anything with alcohol. Can we give her rubbing alcohol?
Oh God. I cannot endorse that statement. I just want the Lord to call her home. That's it.
Please. Please. There was a meme that was shared on Facebook of her in a pool and trying to swim like she was drowning. And what would you do? And I'm like, let God handle it. Wouldn't do shit. Let him deal with it.
I can't find it. It's on my phone. I don't have time to go through all this to pull it up. But House Democrats filed lawsuit against former president over Capitol riot.
Which one did you want?
The NAACP, because they're going after him too.
Oh, yeah.
She's a Scotch woman. I don't know what the hell she is. I just know she's a drunk.
She is definitely not sober.
She needs formaldehyde.
We know that.
Russo, I almost want to drop you a link, bro.
Do it. Bring him in.
Russo was there.
That's
so anyways, guys, I wanted to take this opportunity to show you who the two culprits were. And it's that simple as to how we can tie it to them both. I don't understand how our government can't get it together, but we can. That's the baffling part about it. I've never practiced law a day in my life, and I can see how this stuff went down. It's kind of frustrating. I will say that. Very frustrating.
I threw it in the private chat for just it's a link to Politico where they talk about NAACP is involved.
Here we go. Oh, once again, Politico for the W.
Well, hold on. We don't know what the content is, but at least the headline shows who's suing who.
Hey, it doesn't matter. As long as they're talking about them filing litigation against Trump in their connection of the January 6th riots, we already proved them to be innocent. That's the issue here. They are innocent. The FBI and the DOJ already proved that. So why, Nancy? Why, black folks? Was this racist? I want to know why the NAACP is even involved. What does this have to do with your field?
There was a black man in the Capitol.
Oh, God.
That's the only thing I could come up with. The building's white, but there was a black guy in the Capitol. That's probably about it. Because
Politico's celebrating these cases.
But we all know what's going to happen with this. This is just going to be blasted all over TV. It's going to go all over and cover up what our government is actually going to be doing.
Yep.
And it's creepy that Joe Biden's been so silent.
You know why he's been silent? Because you want to know who's taking over for him?
Kamala.
You want to know?
Kamala?
Since everybody, I want a woman president. This would be historical. Women are strong too. I feel like fuck all you right now. Real shit. And it's not even funny because you're about to get your wish.
Hashtag fuck it up.
There you go. Oh, Corey, where you at? Look at that.
customary role of president by calling several.
Oh. No big deal,
I didn't
right?
even know that.
No
Cool.
big deal.
Yeah, whatever. She just
You're
looks.
about to get your wish.
The only thing she's missing is horns. She is not normal either.
Woo!
But
Welcome to America, guys. Welcome.
I don't know what else they could be trying to do other than give all of these left media stations something to talk about. Shut up, Russo. Because they just want to put it all over TV because they can't talk about Biden. They can't talk about Kamala. They don't have anything else to talk about. That's the only thing I can come up with. And that makes me nervous because whatever our government is trying to just be in the shadows, it's not a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be weird. We just got to keep paying attention and be on it.
Look, the next 4 years are about to be rough. Do you understand me? Rough. And I feel bad for you guys that wanted this. I'm going to stand firm behind what I'm saying. I'm not saying that women aren't strong. You're looking at one right here. I'm not saying that women don't have their own minds. I'm not saying that women can't be visionaries and push forward a movement. But women are not supposed to ever sit in the seat of a president. You're going to watch how this country is screwed up on her behalf. Completely screwed. Our country's not going to be respected anymore. We're going to get bullied. Biden is already making allies with China. If you didn't hear about that.
I saw an announcement today. I got to read it. I got it on my phone. I was like, uh-oh.
Just saying.
You're right, Anthony.
There you go. There you go.
Well, the whole meme of Kamala pushing Biden off a cliff is starting to come to fruition. But I'm going to be a little more optimistic. I say we can fix it in 2022. We don't have to wait the whole 2020 to 2024. Control is in Congress. We can remove as many people as we can. We just have to make sure we get the information out there.
Well, we can get it out there, but are people gonna wake up and hear? A lot of people are just like, la-di-da.
Keep going.
Oh, Trump's out.
We will just keep going and keep speaking up, even though we bring all the haters. It's fine.
Jack is funny, bro. I told you so.
My favorite statement.
I told you.
But sometimes people have to learn the hard way, right?
They do, absolutely.
My kids keep jumping off the stairs. I tell them, don't do that. You're going to get hurt. And just, all right, jump off the stairs. They hit their knee. They're going to get hurt. They'll learn it. This time, it's just going to unfortunately affect a lot of us. So we got to be ready for it in some way. But
the voter laws will be changed. Trump still has some lawsuits that are still ongoing. I think there's 4 of them, right?
There is 4, yes.
And then the states still have their individual lawsuits as well. So voting laws will be changed. You can guarantee that. I do believe that 100%.
And states are also changing how they're going to vote. Here in Utah, we are considering 2022 to be a trial run of a blockchain app on smartphones.
See?
So there's a lot of changes. I'm kind of on board with that blockchain mix because I think that's a better way to get it to everybody, and we don't have to stand in line for 10 hours at a place. But there's still concerns there. But as long as we're trying new things and we're not sticking with Dominion, then so be it. I'm thinking our cities are getting too densely populated to have voting booths. We're going to have to figure out other solutions somehow.
Yeah.
But there will be changes in voting. Just make sure you're paying attention to what your state is doing.
Yes.
It doesn't seem to be talked about a lot.
That is your job as an American citizen. You have to pay attention to what they're doing at your state level. There's so many things that people have no clue. They're like, damn, I didn't even know that was happening. Yeah. Where's Anthony at? Russo.
And Lindsay, don't think there will be hacks. If it's done right, blockchain's pretty difficult. Blockchain can be hacked if you leave it open for a very extended period of time. But if it's if you keep it under a short period of time and they get mailed a PIN number and you have to put in that PIN number or something by your voter registration, that's going to be extra security. There's many ways it can be handled. So yes, it can be hacked, but there's also ways to make sure it's protected at the same time. That's why you need to pay attention to what's going on.
That was a good observation. Kamala can pick her VP. Is that what it is? I thought the Speaker of the House is next in line.
I thought it's defaultly the Speaker of the House because that turns into where it really blurs a lot of lines for us in the United States and how our processes go into play.
Facts.
So I would have a hard time believing that would happen. Because even
guys, you heard it here first. All right, on Hot Mic with Soon Casey, and we're gonna have another guest coming on a little bit whenever he tells me he's ready. You heard it here first. Nancy Pelosi is the culprit. John Sullivan took this as an opportunity. Oh man, January 6th is gonna be a whole bunch of Trump supporters around. I can go cause a ruckus, and he did just that. That is why the very first video that I played in the beginning, I'm gonna run it back. The very first video that I played in the beginning, I said this is all gonna make sense. And I'm going to play it for you one more time.
I'll give you your hug now. We did it. You were right. We did it.
Dude, I was trying to tell you. I couldn't say much.
You were right.
You just have to watch my chat.
Oh my God.
Is this not going to be the best film you've ever made in your life?
Was it?
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Hell yeah.
Wait, you weren't recording, were you?
I'll delete that shit. But I didn't record you or me. It was just voices.
Boom. Psh, shots fired. He told on himself.
I also loved it that he told her he didn't record her.
What he did.
Yep. It's like you even snitched on her. Like, oh, I didn't record you. Then here's the
Russo.
What up, Russo?
He's
hello.
As soon as oh, there he is. Hello.
Am I already frozen?
You're already delayed.
Yeah, well, welcome to the frozen tundra known as Texas. Good thing we have all that renewable energy.
You guys need to take your cold weather back. You take it. It is freezing here.
In Japan?
I'm wearing PJs, bro. I got on PJs, a onesie. I got on socks. I got on a t-shirt, a hoodie. It's cold. You need to take this back.
Yeah.
Why is this here?
Well, based on my extensive knowledge of global warming and the issues that it brings about, the scientific response, as I had a conversation with Al Gore last week, actually, is that it's actually the end of the world in reverse. But because of the global warming and climate change, it's causing us to have these spikes in temperature down below.
Can you explain the volcano that it's exploding in Italy then?
Well, the volcano in Italy is exploding because of their correlation to the election in the United States of America, and the volcano is full of a lot of hot air, and it caused us to drop a bunch of people inside the volcano. That's what happened.
Oh,
my God, bro.
What
did you think of the show, Russo? Did I do a good job of putting everything together and painting a picture?
No, you did a great job. I literally typically don't have the time to kind of pay attention to these shows. I watched the whole show though. It was good. Yeah, it was really, really good. And it's like, because I finally, when I saw that, you and I are on a message with James Sullivan, his brother, and when I saw that, because you know how I am when I see these things presented and shared, I don't know if it's doctored or not. I don't know if that's a real invoice. Turns out it's a real invoice. So we asked James himself, and James is like, yes, but, which whatever. He's like, yeah, we're using it for good, not evil. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Facts, and the facts are he's responsible. Period. Point blank.
It's just continued idiocy, and part of somebody that we know directly. It's like people are losing so much from that event on the 6th. Still, people are losing. They've lost their jobs. They've lost respect from their friends, and some people are like legit losing their minds. We know this, and I understand why. It's like for the people that were there, what is being painted even amongst conservatives, are like, yeah, that was a bad look. I mean, I agree with you on points, but that was a bad idea to do that. Bad idea to do what? You weren't there. And honestly, the way that it's portrayed is so weird, because it's like the people that were there and the people that left there at 4 p.m., 5 p.m., none of us would think that the fallout would be like this, especially after seeing the world torn down all summer and us being not just compared to that, but saying it was the worst thing they had ever seen. Hearing a judge say that, even like talking about the specific case that we're all very close to, referring it to the biggest attack on our democracy and our country in history, is such a farce to the people that were there, to the people that were ushered up to the building, to the people like me that thought like, do I go in? Everybody else is going in. Like, we're all just, it literally was like a tourist event that's being painted as though we're trying to overthrow government, which is so wrong, which is a complete mind F to people that were there. It's like it never happened. It's very odd. So
it is odd, but we're here to tell the truth, and I'm always going to bring you the truth. I wish you guys could see my office. I spent all night looking at this. I wrote notes down like a schizophrenic, like I'm trying to line everything up, saying what goes where. I'm telling you, I got arrows. I got notes everywhere. I'm passionate about it because, number one, it's affecting my friend. Like, Cash is my friend. That's my real friend. And it sucks watching this entire event play into his sentencing for something that has nothing to do with it. Right. And it's a lie, bro.
And I don't blame the judge for his response necessarily at all, because they're getting fed. It's the judge and the prosecuting attorney that both had a lot of support for Cash as a human being, are being fed this misinformation of what really happened that day. And you can't blame them. Like, I think the way that it's portrayed, I believe that the judge, I believe that everybody that wasn't there is under the understanding that there was maybe 50 people that went inside and they were destroying the Capitol, and it's this horrible event, and they were pushing police out of the way, and those were people. And that's what they're saying. And it's not true. There was hundreds, if not thousands, of people that went inside the Capitol that day because they were invited in at one point. Right. And it's like, it's such a confusing situation. And to hear those words of insurrection and the worst day in the history of the United States of America, and talking, and also I think people also don't realize that wall that people are standing on, that they have the picture of Cash with the American flag. When I was seeing that picture, when I saw him up there with the flag, first off, you're not past the grounds, you're not into the building. I looked at that, in all honesty, I was like, this is the most epic photo of all time. A patriot of our country, somebody that supports our Constitution, that is speaking his First Amendment rights outside, still at that point, outside of the Capitol. To me, that was one of the most epic moments I've ever seen. I was like, that's legit right there. He's not waving a Confederate flag. He's not waving a flag of insurrection. He's not waving the flag of ISIS. He's waving the American flag, saying, I'm standing up for my country and my belief system, and speaking. There's nobody burning anything down. There's nobody breaking anything. There is a young ex-gangbanger black man that is able to stand at the foot of his Capitol in a peaceful protest, holding the flag, saying, I still take pride in my country. Do we not see the irony in that being slammed? Right.
Well, it's the whole event, right? Like, look at the words that keep getting used around the event. It's the same stuff. Oh, it was rioters. Oh, and it was the worst thing ever to happen to America. And our government was, the Congress feared for their lives. All they do is they keep promoting the same thing for the feelings for you guys to feel bad for them and actually change your opinion on the situation. But if you actually look at the whole thing and stop paying attention to those words and hearing them all the time, your perspective will change really easily. That's how they manipulate you.
Truth. Facts.
Facts. Hold on, wait, Casey. I gotta give you your banner.
That's awesome.
I had to do this show, not only for Cash, but for everyone else's sanity, to know that you're not crazy. You're not crazy. We can all sit here and put the pieces of this puzzle together with simple research. It takes hours. You have to look at 1,000 different videos, but once you come to like the final product, it feels good, bro. Mm-hmm. I feel on top of the world when I can completely destroy the media's narrative. Because who am I? Like, who am I? You're supposed to be the media. You're supposed to always be on the top of your game. You have the world thinking that everything you say is the truth. And you're no better than in pretty much tabloid magazines now. Tabloid newspapers. That's what you are now. It's absolutely insane.
Absolutely.
Apparently, Trump is on TV again.
He was already on. Are they not watching? Are they watching a replay or something?
I don't know.
Well, he was on Fox earlier talking about Rush Limbaugh, and then I think he's supposedly on Newsmax now.
He was on earlier. That's Sunni.
Yeah, I watched that. That was Newsmax that we watched. We had it on Primetime Patriot. He was live on there. I think that's a rerun because we watched it. It was live.
It can also follow time zones. So if you're in a certain
that is right.
Replay.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching, Andrea.
Yeah.
Andrea's been on since the beginning. I saw her comments at the beginning. She was at the Capitol as well. I saw that.
Nice. Hannity's next. Yeah. I choose not to. I can't do cable. It feels like noise in the back.
I got to tell you though, you should. So if you're gonna watch a little bit of mainstream media, I used to think Hannity was a POS, and now I kind of dig where he stands. But Tucker Carlson is an absolute beast, and I used to think he was a pompous frat boy, arrogant prick, and honestly, he is the best thing in news right now, plain and simple.
For sure. That's why when everybody was going off, do you remember I did the live? I'm like, how are you turning on Tuckerson? I gave him a nickname. How are you turning on Tuckerson? Well, he went up, he said something against Trump, and I'm like, he's the media. That is his job. He's supposed to do that. And what do you expect from media? But for the most part, he doesn't put anything out that's not true. I've never heard of him putting anything out that's not true or can't be proven, ever.
Yeah. And when he talked poorly about Trump, it was rare. And sometimes Trump's not God's gift to earth. Trump is imperfect in a lot of ways. And you got to call when Trump did something wrong, you call him out. That's called fair reporting. That's all we ask.
And it's also your duty, even if you voted for him, to hold him to the standards that you voted him for. So call him out for stuff, even if you don't agree with it. Don't mold to him. He needs to.
If you don't have this book, go get it. This is the best book I have read.
That reminds me. Did you see that Don Lemon wrote a book? Hold on.
Oh, God.
It was so good. I had to reply on Twitter. The irony. So his pinned tweet. Let me find it real quick. His pinned tweet is. Let's see. I truly believe my new book, This is the Fire, will help heal America. These are the honest, fearless conversations I have with my friends and family about racism. It's inspired by James Baldwin's The Fire Next Time. Please to pre-order. So he says, my book will help heal America. This is the same man that told other Americans that watch his show that if you've got Trump supporters that are friends, they don't deserve to be your friend anymore. Unfriend them, unsupport them, all these different things. And he thinks he's going to help heal America. He is the lowest form of human being, yet gets millions of dollars from CNN. And now he's got a book coming out called This is the Fire. There it is. There it is.
This guy.
Don Lemon. Oh, Russo, do you know what you just did? This week, I'm on fire. Do you understand me?
This is the fire. I think he's talking about his time when he was in high school and he got chlamydia. That's probably what.
Probably.
Can you get fire from? Can you get a chlamydia from buttholes? I don't know. I have no idea. Did I just push it too far?
Well, we don't know if he's a top or bottom, so technically, how do you get it? I'm
Maybe
just
or
saying.
he ate spicy food. I don't know.
Listen, Don Lemon has a book and it's $24.99 on Amazon.
They
In the
even have a
African American demographic studies, all right, because he knows what it's like to be the average African American. No, he doesn't. This is the fire. What I say to my friends about racism. Do you guys remember when I put out a compilation of Don Lemon and Morgan Freeman? And he said, I'm tired of talking about racism. Do you guys remember that?
Yes.
It was a while ago.
Yes.
But now you're writing a book about it. Don Lemon, I'm the wrong person to do this with.
Jenny
shouldn't have did it.
Jenny must be a nurse. She clarified you can get chlamydia in any hole. Good to know. And then what was I going to say? Jennifer Dean, I see in the comment box. Make sure you watch Changemakers from earlier because it's a business accelerator. It'd be perfect for you. So go ahead and check that out, J Dean. Anyways, sorry, that was it.
Don Lemon, why'd you do this to yourself, bro? I'm gonna be on your ass. Now that I know you got this book out. Oh,
it's not even out yet.
It's
coming.
Out.
I think it's out.
Oh,
I thought it said
listen,
March 24th.
Don Lemon said this. This is what he said when he was talking to Morgan Freeman back when he wasn't so oppressed and down as a black man in America.
The whole thing, especially the president and Democrats are talking about income inequality, and that's basically what, when you talk about the richest 85 people on the planet, right?
Yeah.
It's income inequality. Do you think that's, looking at, what's happening in the news now, is that a good idea?
It's a great idea. It is the greatest idea. We have a much more vibrant society when we don't have such a vast chasm between the haves and the have-nots. We need that middle ground that we call the middle class, the people who buy everything, people who use the products that the rich are creating, if they're creating anything other than wealth, right? So it's what's happening with the Chinese economy right now. They're changing their whole outlook because they need consumers.
Yeah.
And without a middle class, you're not going to have consumers. You're not going to have it at the level that we normally would have it.
So can I go back to, because I thought what you said was fascinating, because you called it bull when you said people can't, pull themselves up. Do you think that race plays a part in wealth distribution, or either a mindset that you can't
Today?
or cannot? Yeah.
No.
You don't?
No, I don't. You and I, we're proof. Why would race have anything to do with it? Put your mind to what you want to do and go for that. It's kind of like religion to me. It's a good excuse for not getting there.
Yeah. I said, and it's probably get me in trouble, but I said to some of my colleagues recently, so I know that it's an issue, but it seems like every single day on television, I'm talking about race, and it's because of the news cycle. It's in the news, but sometimes I get so tired of talking about it. I want to just go, this is over. Can we move on?
And if you talk about it, it exists.
Right.
Oh, Don Lemon, I got a video for you, buddy, because you just got exposed.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying.
Don Lemon, you got exposed, bro. You wrote a book about racism, and this came out when? This is CNN. What year is this? 2014, dog? Who you fooling? Nobody better go buy that book, bro. If I see that book in anybody's library, I'm going to kick down your whole shelf. That's crazy. I'm just going to swipe the whole shelf off. You need to go over and have a restart.
That video got more likes than the inauguration, too.
Oh, my God. I love my job. Thank you guys for being on the show. This is fun. I think I'm gonna go. I think Chelly has a show. If I'm not mistaken. I think Chelly does have a show.
Chelly.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to Chelly. She turned 27 yesterday. If she's still watching, happy birthday.
Happy 27th birthday, Chelly.
Happy birthday, Chelly.
Charlie said, if you see that book and you're in a public library, don't return it. Oh God, just don't buy it.
Don't even give it. Go take it and throw it in the toilet.
We're out of here, guys. I'm gonna sign off and head on over to the next show. Russo, what are we doing at Cars Avengers?
Well, I got a lot going on this next week, and since there's no electricity, it's nice to have a faster internet. So that's part of it.
Okay.
I found somebody that has Don Lemon's same IQ.
Oh man.
Oh, that's messed up. Woody's got more.
It's rude to speak of Woody like that. However, this is typically how him and his husband take photos together. Much. Okay.
He's gonna get us for this video and say you guys are homophobic. You're doing this because I'm gay, and then we're gonna pull Blake out and be like, "Shut up, bitch."
And then he'll go, "Thank you,
thank you."
All right, guys, I'm signing off. I hope you have a great evening.
See you guys.